My adventurous and optimistic Sagittarius friend. Hello and welcome. My name is Mina, and I'm here to offer you a 3-card reading exploring the themes of you, your path, and your potential. I invite you to consider what the reading reveals about possible challenges, opportunities, and personal growth for the week ahead. Take a deep breath, rest your mind, and let's see what the cards have to share with you today. Sagittarius, this week asks you to sit quietly with a very particular tension, one that simmers just beneath your usual optimism. It's that feeling when you sense yourself standing at the edge of a conversation, words on your tongue, but you hold back, unsure if you're truly being heard or if you want to be. There's a sharpness in your mind, a readiness to name what's true, but it comes with an undercurrent of restraint. You might feel the urge to clarify, to cut through vague gestures or niceties, yet you're also aware that honesty can carry weight. In the background, there's a longing to be understood for exactly who you are, not simply what you offer others. This week, the tension is not about conflict, but about the careful balance between sharing your thoughts and guarding your heart. You may notice yourself pausing before you speak, measuring each word, wanting to be both precise and kind. The emotional weather is cool, brisk, edged with self-possession but never truly cold, because beneath it all you still yearn for genuine connection. You're coming into this week with the mind and heart of the Queen of Swords. The atmosphere around you is clear and brisk, almost like early morning air, invigorating but not without its bite. You're alert to nuance, picking up on the subtleties in conversation, tone, and body language. There's a certain solitude in this posture, a sense that you're holding court in your own mind, weighing what deserves your voice and what can be left unsaid. You may find yourself quietly editing your responses, choosing clarity over comfort, but always with an eye toward fairness. This isn't about being guarded for the sake of distance. It's about protecting the integrity of your inner world. You stand as both observer and participant, able to see your own emotional patterns from a distance, and this gives you an edge. There's a self-assuredness that comes from surviving misunderstandings in the past. You know that sometimes silence says more than words. Yet this week the silence isn't empty. It's filled with questions. Am I being too reserved? Is my desire for truth isolating me? Do I risk losing warmth when I insist on honesty? The Queen of Swords energy isn't harsh, but it is unyielding in its quest for what is real. You may notice a coolness in your interactions, a desire to step outside the emotional noise and see things plainly. There's relief in the clarity, but also a subtle ache for connection that isn't dulled by over-explanation. You want to be seen not just as clever or insightful, but as someone who feels deeply, even if you rarely say so aloud. This inner state is both your strength and your challenge, a clarity that cuts through confusion, but may sometimes leave you feeling a little apart from the warmth you seek. From this inner place, your path for the week naturally unfolds. The cool clarity you carry doesn't exist in a vacuum. It shapes the way you move through your days. Because you're holding your truth so close, you become more sensitive to the ways in which daily pressures push and pull at your boundaries. Conversations with friends or colleagues may feel like negotiations, each side feeling out where the lines are drawn. The self-possession you embody acts as both shield and invitation. It protects you, but it also signals that you're not easily swayed by surface-level gestures. Opportunities arise to test this balance, to see whether your clarity can coexist with the needs of others. Your attention shifts from simply observing to responding, as life presents moments that ask for both discernment and care. The question of how to show up, not just for yourself but for others, echoes through the week, urging you to find a gentler way to express what matters most. As you move through these days, the Queen of Pentacles appears as the guiding force on your path. The world around you asks for nurturing presence and a steady hand. There's a subtle friction between your inner clarity and the gentle demands of daily life, family, work, friendships, all calling for a softer, more grounded approach. You feel the push to provide, to care, to tend to what needs tending, but without sacrificing your own boundaries. The pressures are real. Perhaps someone leans on you a little more than usual, or a project requires patience when you'd rather cut to the chase. The warmth of the Queen of Pentacles is not about grand gestures. It's found in quiet acts of support, in the way you show up consistently, even when you'd rather retreat. Yet this path isn't without its friction. The more you care for others, the more you notice the effort it takes to balance their needs with your own. There's a temptation to overextend, to give until you feel depleted, but something in you resists. Your clarity reminds you that tending to yourself is just as important as tending to others. The week's momentum is slow but steady, marked by small choices, choosing to listen a little longer, to offer help without expectation, to create comfort without losing your own sense of self. Each day, you feel the tension between holding space for others and holding your own center. The friction is gentle but persistent, a constant invitation to bring the best of your clarity into the realm of care. The possibility for true connection, for something more than the sum of your efforts, waits quietly at the edge of this journey. But it only unfolds if you engage consciously with both sides of yourself, the part that sees clearly and the part that nurtures. The invitation is subtle, never forced. It's not about pushing through discomfort or rushing toward resolution, but about noticing the moments when your honesty and your kindness can live side by side. Only by meeting your own needs with the same care you offer others does the pathway open for something richer and more mutual. The real growth is never automatic. It asks for your presence and your willingness to be both discerning and receptive. This is where the Two of Cups enters the story, not as a reward, but as an invitation. The potential for meaningful connection, whether romantic, platonic, or simply a deeper sense of belonging, becomes possible when you bring your whole self into the moment. There's an opening here for real exchange, for understanding that flows in both directions. You may notice a single conversation that feels different, or a shared silence that holds more comfort than words ever could. The Two of Cups is not a promise of perfect harmony, but a gentle nudge toward mutual recognition. It invites you to let your guard down just enough to receive what is offered and to give what is genuine. The possibility for closeness grows in the space where clarity and care meet, where neither is sacrificed for the other. It's a subtle, almost imperceptible shift, but one that can change the entire emotional landscape of your week. Growth looks like reaching across the table, meeting another's eyes, and knowing that you are understood, not in spite of your honesty, but because of it. The invitation is simple. Allow yourself to be seen in all your complexity and see what returns to you. When you step back and look at the week as a whole, the three cards weave a quiet, powerful story. The Queen of Swords gives you the courage to be honest, to stand in your truth even when it feels risky. The Queen of Pentacles shows you the value of gentle care, of tending to the everyday moments that make life feel grounded and real. And the Two of Cups reminds you that true connection doesn't require you to choose between clarity and kindness. It asks you to bring both. The journey is not about resolving every tension, but about letting those tensions teach you where your real priorities lie. You may find that what you seek in others, understanding, warmth, recognition, becomes available the moment you offer it to yourself. There is reassurance in knowing that you don't have to be all things to all people. You simply have to be present, honest, and kind in equal measure. By week's end, the emotional weather softens. The sharpness of your clarity feels less isolating. The warmth of your care feels less depleting. You stand at the center of your own life, connected in ways that feel both authentic and sustaining. Actionable insights for Sagittarius this week. Notice the moments when you want to pull away and allow yourself to stay a little longer. Try speaking one honest thought gently in a conversation that matters to you. Offer yourself the same patience you give to others. Spoken word affirmations to repeat aloud for a more positive mindset. I trust the clarity I bring to my life. I care for myself and those I love. Each day I let my words and actions align. I am open to real connection right here. And now, dear friend, I thank you for giving me your time. I truly hope I have given you something helpful in return. Goodbye and good luck until next time.